Good morning, welcome to today's RC Coffee Chat. Now, firstly, happy Sunday. Now, this might be an extended episode. I don't know, just depends on how much I talk this morning. Now, secondly, apologies, no RC Coffee Chat yesterday. I was hijacked by the kids all day. It was a perfect flying day, but I needed to have my girls. So, yeah, apologies, no RC Coffee Chat. I had two little terrorists instead, which was really good fun. Right, what have we got on the topics for today? Dropouts with the Hornet. We'll get to that in a moment. Pixhawk with the WingWing Z84. 3,500 milliamperes. We'll find out more about that in a moment. Oh, and the same for 433 megahertz. Currently I'm cooking 6 amps on the balance board at the moment. You find out about that as well. And if my batteries do start making a noise, I'm after going to pause. I need to get some batteries on because today is a flying day. We had some brilliant fun with the Hornet Flying Wing. Shockingly good quality on a £7 CMOS camera. And also there's an episode coming up where it's my first time ever trying to follow another model with Hammy, the quadcopter. It's the first time I've followed any other model with a quadcopter. Absolutely spot on. I think I've got it good. Flight test, watch out. First up, what have I got on my notes here? First attempt to follow on a wing went amazingly well with a quad. And also I've got some DVR footage of the Hornet FPV Wing with going in and out of some trees. I had so much fun darting in and out of trees. It was nuts. So anyway, before I get all excited about that one, let's get ourselves back to the beginning. Dropouts on the Hornet. Oh, that was really goddamn frustrating. So I want to share this one with you because I've made a mistake and I want to share my mistake with you so that you don't get the same issue. So what we've got there, as you can see on the camera hopefully, is the receiver about there and then the video transmitter there. Really bad idea because it's just getting swamped. And the amount of dropouts I had. One flight I went about 100 meters and it went straight in the hedge. Then I had it in another field, I had it in another hedge, and I just gave up in the end. You can tell by the pins in her nose that the last unscheduled landing due to a blackout of the receiver caused the front end to break. Yeah, a bit of a pain in the rear. So this morning I need to desperately rearrange the format in here. It's just getting swamped, in short. So I need to get these components away from each other because it was fine on in wide open spaces, but the second you're dipping around and mucking around on top of hedges and darting in and out of trees, not good. Not good. Dropouts were not something which I've really experienced up until now, but it's the only thing which is on that model, and they are within 3 inches of each other, and that's really not good, and it really has started to show, and the model has taken a beating because of it. So yeah, please learn by my mistake. Space your components not as far apart as sensibly possible. So the little Stanley knife will be out, the little craft knife will be out, and I'll be rearranging everything on it today. Oh, and I'm also going to put a different camera in the front too. That camera's very good, but it was getting a bit tricky darting in and out of trees because I did hit a branch or two. Probably my flying, to be honest. Let's move on to another topic. iNav, what an arse. I'm saying that because of that smash, it's broken the front lens on the Runcam Swift. So I'm just so annoyed about that. I went back, as they suggested, use an F3 flight controller instead of an F1. I went straight in the bloody ground because they're coding. I have nothing more constructive to add to that conversation. Still not pleased after that. Several days later. Anyway, my challenge is to get the Pix Racer board in this model. I have been playing around with the ESP8266 module, Wi-Fi module, which you might be able to see on the top of there, that little module there. Just can't get it to work, which is a bit frustrating. I flashed it with the right software. Appears in the Wi-Fi networks are right, just can't get to connect via the UDP. Bit frustrating on that one. So I'm going to have to cut a hole in the side there so that I can get a USB cable in there, which is a bit of a pain. With the other one, I was using Bluetooth, which was happy days. But apparently it doesn't look like I can use Bluetooth for that. So, might be wrong. I'll do a little bit of Googling later this morning, but I might just go for easy and just cut a hole in it and stuff a USB lead in it. Anyway, with that aside, yeah, the WingWing build, I'm going for the Pix Racer in it. That's probably the best idea. And that also brings us on to the next subject, which is... That's what 30 quid looks like. Those are the INR, what was it, 18650, 3500 milliampere batteries. They turned up on Saturday morning. They do look rather boring, to be honest, but there's some real weight in them. That's for sure. So they're decent density ones. That's, yeah. So, yeah, but they weren't cheap at about £33 plus postage. And the reason why I got those is because they're known to be fantastic. They are not far off their ratings. And again, I'm thinking the WingWing Z84 build, which I'm looking over there at, that would be fantastic in. And also, we've got that C1 Chaser as well. My goal is to get that one into a medium range FPV aircraft. And those kind of batteries, if we're not pulling a lot of amps, remember with those batteries 10 amps is the max, is that if we can get some decent flight efficiency out of it, 3,500 cells maybe done up together, that's 7,000 milliampere hours in a tiny little pack. That's nuts. And remember, in the C1 Chaser, they had a 4,200 normal Lipo pack in it, so goodness knows what it's going to be like with some of those in it. Happy days. Happy days. Also changing the subject. Actually, I didn't write this one on the list. So I am definitely going to get myself one of these mini Mobius cameras. And the reason being is that I was having so much fun on Friday with the Hornet FPV Wing. And I've only got DVR footage, so it's not the best quality ever. And I'm a bit loath to go then, because it's a bit nose heavy anyway, and then go and strap in a run cam on to get HD recording is really going to up the weight on it. So rather than adding too much weight, I think I am going to go and grab myself a mini Mobius. Now, I don't know if I'm going to grab it from eBay or Banggood, whichever one's basically cheaper. By the way, I'll put links to both of those in the video description for you. And the reason why I'm going for that is because it's something like 28 grams, which is not going to make that much of a difference. And plus, if I put a bit of Velcro on top of the battery, then you're going to be pretty much seeing what I see out of the FPV camera as well. So yeah, I've only got DVR footage from me mucking around in the trees. It was absolutely well of a time which I had. I'll get some DVR footage up on YouTube as soon as I can. But yeah, really, really good fun. I just want better quality videos so you can share the experience as well. So again, I'm going to get myself a mini Mobius because they really just don't weigh a lot, and the video quality is pretty damn good on them as well. Next topic, 433. I was kind of shocked by somebody else's flying. I won't mention the name. Shocked by their flying and what they were up to. Basically, they were able to fly a couple of meters off the ground, potentially a couple of kilometers away, and still get full control. Where there was me having dropouts with the Hornet, like no more than like 100 meters away. They were doing scary stuff. Really, I say scary, really cool stuff at a distance. It was nuts. And what they were using was one of these units, which is from Hobby King, 433. Nuts, which is a legal frequency in the United Kingdom. Yeah, crazy stuff. Crazy stuff. I was genuinely impressed. cooking on the balance board. Now, I don't know if you've seen this episode before. Let me just go and get my folders out, wherever my camera uploads is to. Let me go and find it a second. I don't know if you saw the episode on this, and I'll put it in the video description for you, is that you can buy a balance board, and let me just put this on the right screen. There we go. You'll notice I've got my charger there. It's cooking on 6 amps right now. And there's a balance board down there, and they are all 2S 1000 packs, and there's 6 of them there, and I'm able to charge all 6 of them at the same time. So while I've got another charger here and another charger on the other screen doing different battery packs, this one is able to do 6 packs at the same time. And the way which you can do that is using a balance board, and I've got a separate video episode on how they work and how to use them. They do it for a couple of quid, I think 8 quid, 9 quid, something like that. Does expedite the charging, especially when you get through a lot of batteries of the same size, like I do with the 2S ones, because we chuck it in the bonsai wing, and that's only like 6 flights worth, and I'll quite happily do a dozen flights worth on the flight line with a bonsai. So yeah, balance boards, very, very cool indeed. Very, very cool indeed. I mentioned about fun with the Hornet FPV Wing. I had so much fun on that flight line with that Hornet FPV flying wing. The new flying site has just got this row of trees, and you're able just to zoom in and come back round and go back round. I can't explain how much fun I had with that Hornet wing. It was absolutely amazing fun. I genuinely mean it. It was just great just to go in. Unlike, say, a flying club, for example, where it's generally just a large field, and you can't generally do something like this with FPV. The location which we've got at the moment, absolutely amazing. There's so much shrubbery and targets for you to aim for and to nip in and out of. It's absolutely brilliant fun. Oh, and I did see a picture on Facebook earlier. Some guy, one of the things, sorry, I've just hit the microphone. One of the things which I found or had issues with, and have I been and bent a carbon fibre prop? No, it's supposed to be like that. It's all right, just checking. Is that he had some LEDs back here behind the propeller. Now, one of the things which we've struggled with, especially with these wings, is that they have a very, very thin profile, so spotting them in the air is always a challenge. So what I'm going to do this morning, if I've got time, is actually get in and get a pair of LEDs on both sides, so that it makes it easier for others to follow me and spot me in the sky, if that makes sense. Because imagine some bright green or some bright blue LEDs on the back. They really show up in the FPV goggles. So that's what I'm going to go do. If I've got time this morning, that's what I'm going to get hooked up on my Hornet wing, so it makes it easier for others to follow us around. So happy days. Oh, and also talking of the Hornet wing, is that the lads which I'm flying with at the moment, I think we are about to have I think, not a herd, I think the correct term is flock of Hornet FPV wings. So I think there's another 3 or 4, which I want a spare for myself. It kind of hammered the point home. After that front end on that one was all buckled up, I don't want to be without a Hornet FPV flying wing. So I'm always going to get myself a spare, and as I explained it, chatting on Facebook with the guys, does anybody else want one at the same time, because it's pretty much the same postage. So yeah, I'm going to get, and I think it's another 3 or 4 more, so it'll be like a mini flock of Hornet FPV flying wings. Absolutely nuts. I can't wait for that. Imagine the video on that one, 4 of us chucking around. That's an accident waiting to happen. Cool wings. Oh, next one is shockingly good quality on a cheap camera. Now, that camera I bought on eBay for 7 quid or something like that. It's gone up in price since. Also, we'll just say a tenner. Okay, and I bought this because it was kind of like the right size to fit in the 180 quadcopter on the front. I didn't want to spend a fortune, and I couldn't fit a run camera or anything else in there. And I bought one of those, and the first time out using it in anger, was chasing Dave around in his flying wing. Now, I've never done anything like that. And you wait till you see the video footage or the DVR footage of it. I did really well. I am genuinely impressed myself. But one of the reasons why I was able to do so well was this camera. Super cheap, tenner, and the video quality was pretty good on it. The colours were like oversaturated, etc, etc. But compared to the video quality of what I was flying around with the Hornet FPV Wing, that was far superior. Just generally far superior. And I've got a real idea of what board camera I've got that in that one at the moment. But that one did spot on, and you'll find out about that in a later episode. And that was my last topic of today. So with that said, it's 0408 here in the United Kingdom. So I'm going to go and get this episode rendered up for you. If you're out flying today, do let me know what you're going to be flying in the comments section. And if you're not out flying, were you out flying yesterday? If you were, again, let me know in the comments section underneath this video. So with that said, for myself, Matt, thank you for joining me for a cuppa this morning. I've got to get on. I've got a collection of things which I need to try and do before it's flying time. I've got 4 hours. No, I've got 3.5 hours to cram a lot in, and I don't think I'm going to make it. So, frankly speaking, I am going to go and focus on the Hornet Wing because I really do intend ragging the nuts off that one today. So, with that said, for myself, Matt, as always, see you soon. Cheerios.